Hello everyone, it's me Samuel Taylor Ackroyd, and in this video I am going to be doing a historic model unboxing of the Gemini Jets 1/400 scale die-cast US Airways Airbus A320-200 model. Now this is a very important unboxing because this model, believe it or not, is the model of the aircraft that was flying as US Airways Flight 1549 on January 15th, 2009. My dad got me this model for a birthday present, and I am filming this video the day before my birthday, and I would like to say a massive thank you to my dad for getting me this model, as models for this aircraft are very rare and was hard to get, and it came all the way from America. So before I unbox this model, I am going to tell you about the history of the aircraft because it's very important. And I will be using some photos as overlays, and I will leave the links to the sources where I got the photos from in the description. On January 15th, 2009, US Airways Flight 1549, call sign Cactus 1549, took off from LaGuardia Airport in New York, bound for Seattle-Tacoma International Airport in Seattle, Washington, with a stopover at Charlotte Douglas International Airport in Charlotte, North Carolina. The pilot in command was 57-year-old Captain Chesley Burnett Sullenberger, nicknamed Sully. He had logged a total of 19,663 hours of flight time. The co-pilot was 49-year-old Jeffrey Bruce Skiles. He had a total of 15,643 hours of flight time throughout his career. There were a total of 155 people on board the flight, including the 2 pilots, 3 flight attendants, and 150 passengers. The aircraft being used for the flight was an Airbus A320-200 registered as November 106 United States, N106 US. Not long after the plane took off, both of the A320's 2 engines failed due to multiple bird strikes, which resulted in the pilots having to make a water landing in the Hudson River in New York. Luckily, all 155 people survived the water landing. After the incident, both pilots became international celebrities. On January 22nd, 2009, 1 week after Flight 1549's water landing, and the day before Sully's 58th birthday, the entire crew of Flight 1549 was awarded the Master's Medal of the Guild of Air Pilots and Air Navigations. Captain Chesley Burnett Sullenberger, also known as Sully, retired on March 3rd, 2010. The aircraft, November 106 United States, N106 US, was written off after the water landing and is currently on display at Carolina's Aviation Museum in Charlotte, North Carolina at Charlotte Douglas International Airport. If you want to find out more information about US Airways Flight 1549, then there will be a link in the description to information about the flight on Wikipedia, as there is pretty much every single detail you need to know about the flight, the aircraft, the pilots, and the aftermath. I hope you all enjoyed me telling the story of US Airways Flight 1549. Now let's get to unboxing the model. So this is the front of the box, and here we have a picture of the US Airways Airbus A320-200 with the US Airways logo down there, and here it says A320-200 1/400 scale die-cast model, and here we have the Gemini Jets logo, and here it says look inside, and as you would expect, Gemini Jets, as always, have this part of the box that lets you look inside. So there's the aircraft right there. It's small, but it's good enough, and I really like it, and since it's small, it means it won't take up much space. So there's the aircraft there, wrapped up in plastic. Here is the US Airways logo. And here it says, as real as it gets, trademark detail. I don't know if that trademark sign was put there on purpose, or if it's just in the wrong place. And here it says, made for collectors, by collectors, which is really cool. On the bottom of the box, we have the Gemini Jets logo, and here it says 1/400 scale die-cast model. Highly collectible, superior quality, as real as it gets features. Realistic metal landing gear, and detailed printed graphics. On the top of the box, we yet again have the Gemini Jets logo, and here it says adult collectible model. Warning, contains small parts, not suitable for children under 8 years. And here is the barcode, and it says made in China underneath it. On the left side of the box, we have another picture of the aircraft, and it says A320-200 1/400 scale die-cast model. And those numbers and letters will just be the item code, not the registration. Everything on the right side of the box is the same as the left side of the box, so you don't need me to tell you what's there. And on the back of the box we have yet again another picture of the aircraft and some more writing here, and it says, as real as it gets, Gemini Jets brings you the highest quality precision die-cast transport aircraft in highly collectible limited editions with official licensed markings. Registration marked packaging is personalized to each aircraft to enhance its collectible value. And yet again we have the Gemini Jets logo, and next to the logo we have 5 facts about the aircraft model, and they say precision die-cast models in 1/400 scale, highly collectible, superior quality, realistic metal landing gear, detailed printed graphics. So now that we have had a good look at the box, we can now unbox the model itself. So what I'm going to do to unbox it is I'm going to pull the bottom part of the left side of the box out, and then pull the plastic parts that are containing the model out of the box. That's the best tip that I have for you when opening an aircraft model like this. And that is how I unboxed my Antonov AN225 model in the previous video. I need to be careful. And here is the aircraft itself. So here is the aircraft model, and I actually made a mistake about the aircraft. I said that the registration of the aircraft was November 106 United States, N106 US, but the registration of this aircraft is actually November 109 United Western, N109 UW. But even though the registration of the aircraft is different, it's still a historic model unboxing. And I feel like Gemini Jets may not have made models of the aircraft that went down in the Hudson River just because of that event, and then everyone will be wanting to collect those models, and then they will just sell out, and it will be very stressful for the company. So it makes sense if they didn't make any models of the aircraft that went down into the Hudson River back in January 2009. But anyway, let's get into reviewing this model. So here is the nose of the aircraft with the cockpit windows, the Star Alliance logo, the L1 door, the nose landing gear, and the red stripe at the bottom left and bottom right corners of the fuselage of the aircraft. So there is the front section of the cabin, and here we have a grey version of the American flag, which isn't a very good version. And here we have the US Airways logo. And there are the 2 emergency exits on the left side of the aircraft, which are under the letters W and A in the US Airways logo. And here we have the left wing with the left engine, engine number 1. And at the front of the wing we have the slats. At the top back parts of the wings we have the speed brakes. And at the back end of the wings we have the flaps, which are retracted, along with the left wing landing gear. And continuing onto the back of the aircraft we have the rest of economy class or coach, whatever you want to call it. So we're now at the back of the aircraft, and here we have the registration of the aircraft, November 109 United Western, N109 UW. And here we have the L2 door at the back of the aircraft. And here we have the tail of the aircraft with a white and blue version of the American flag. And the top part of the tail of the aircraft is red. and the rest of it is blue and white, as you can see. And here we have the left horizontal stabilizer, and at the very back of the aircraft we have the exhaust. So onto the right hand side of the aircraft now, pretty much everything is still the same. We have the nose of the aircraft, the cockpit windows, the Star Alliance logo, the R1 door, the nose landing gear, the red stripe, the front of the cabin, the US Airways logo, the other two emergency doors of the aircraft on the right side of the aircraft, and these two emergency doors are under the letters U and S in the US Airways logo. Here we have the right wing with the right engine number 2, and at the front, I know you can't see them very well, but we have the slats on the right wing. The speed brakes near the back of the wing, along with the flaps at the back of the wing. We also have a green navigation light on the right wing of the aircraft, and a red navigation light on the left wing of the aircraft. We also have the right wing landing gear, and continuing towards the back cabin of the aircraft is the rest of economy class or coach. We also have the cargo door on the right side of the aircraft at the back, and also another cargo door at the front of the aircraft. And here we have the registration of the aircraft, November 109 United Western N109UW. And here we have the R2 door at the back of the aircraft on the right side. And once again, here is the tail. Same details. The top of the tail is red and the rest of it is blue and white. And here is the right hand side horizontal stabilizer just next to the left one. And once again we have the exhaust of the aircraft. And here we have the dark blue belly of the aircraft, which doesn't really have anything special underneath it other than the small Gemini Jets logo right there between the two engines. And the dark blue paint of the belly of the aircraft sort of curls outwards slightly towards the sides of the fuselage of the aircraft. So when you look at the aircraft like this, you can sort of see the curves from the blue paint from the belly of the aircraft. And for those of you who didn't know already, US Airways used to be known as US Air, and then they changed the name to US Airways on February 27th, 1997, and they continued to fly aircraft until October 17th, 2015, when they ceased operations and merged with American Airlines. Okay, now just before the video ends, I have 2 shoutouts to give. The first one is to Bradley Penny Aviation. Me and him recently started talking, and he also uploads aviation-related content. However, hopefully when restrictions are eased, I can go down to England, and maybe me and him will collaborate one day. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. The second shout-out is to a YouTuber called Alec Joshua Ibe. This YouTuber uploads disasters that have happened with aircraft, whether that would have been aircraft making emergency landings, crashes, hijackings, and so on. And his videos are pretty good, despite the videos being on sad subjects. And his video on US Airways Flight 1549 is how I managed to find out about how many flight hours each of the 2 pilots of Flight 1549 had. So his YouTube channel is one of my sources of information from this video. The 2 YouTube channels will be linked in the description below, so if you are interested, go check them out. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you all enjoyed me telling the story of US Airways Flight 1549. Remember to stay safe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.